Peace. Experiences groom you for who you ultimately become. Now, set aside how you were raised, which is experience too, has a lot to do with how influential the people you were around during your upbringing. And that is still an experience. So I bring that up to highlight, to shine a light on how people in general aren't used to being by themselves. So what do I mean by themselves? Able to navigate, make decisions, to be confident within themselves, by themselves. So, coming up, we typically have a lot of support, a lot of sounding boards. The people we hang around, our friends, our parents, our siblings, cousins, family. We typically have a lot of sounding boards, and we can hold discussions and conversations in terms of making a decision, or we influenced by the decision of the group think. As you get older, we still surround ourselves in the group think, to where adults have a difficult time on making a decision for themselves. And most of the time, I don't even think it's conscious. People are unable to make decisions, critical decisions, big decisions, or what may seem as big decisions. Decisions make people nervous. So a lot of my experience come from the streets, the gang culture. But you'll be surprised how, if you're using critical thought and taking a deep dive into past experiences, how you can link street experiences with everyday civilian experiences in the grand scheme of things, to where you just live in life. So many moons ago, hanging out with the homies every single day, almost every minute of every single day. So that would be the group think. I had a sounding board. We will bounce discussions and ideas and conversations off each other, even though at the time we never considered them critical conversations. But they were critical in our naive way of mindset as being juveniles. So we would use each other as sounding boards, and we would make decisions predicated on discussions and conversations. However, we rarely made decisions by ourselves, being strictly autonomous, being solo, just making a straight decision without having nobody to confide in, right? You had that. We always had that. So we didn't have situations to where we weren't able to communicate our thoughts and our concerns amongst each other. However, if and when you go to jail, you more times than not will find yourself in situations to where you are forced to make decisions for yourself, with yourself, by yourself. Now I know some of you ex-cons is thinking to yourself, this homie's all in jail. But what if you don't have no homies, even allies from other sets. Believe me, you can find yourself in a situation where you don't have that. Or you so caught up into your own bullshit that you're not socializing to where you ultimately are by yourself when you're making said decisions, right? You can definitely find yourself in jail and not being able to make decisions in a group because you're on your own bullshit. So let's get back to the scenario. Now you in jail for an extended period of time and you don't have the homies. So if you are doing the time and not letting the time do you, you learn to cultivate critical thinking, able to trust yourself and to be confident and that the moves that you're making is valuable for you, right? So over time, you get in the habit of making decisions that you not normally would make without having the homies to use as a sounding board and everybody agreeing on a common cause. So you cultivate that confidence. You cultivate talking to your inner self about making decisions. Believe it or not, right decisions, not dumbass decisions. And more times than not, if you have some type of intellect and critical thought, you typically make good decisions when you're speaking to yourself because there's no use in yourself bullshitting yourself. So after learning to make decisions for yourself, by yourself, with yourself, without having the sounding board or having the groupthink mentality, you cultivate this superpower on being able to have critical thought within yourself. Now, thoughts, thinking, being critical in your thinking applies across the board in life. So if you was in jail making critical thoughts and making decisions for yourself, take it to the real world. Take it to corporate America. Take it to business decisions. You can make them same decisions and thoughts within yourself because you already have a level of confidence to where you can make these thoughts because you was making life or death thoughts prior in your different situations. So now you already got a history of making critical decisions within yourself for yourself. However, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. A group thing, being able to navigate and participate in a group is also a superpower. Just as well as being able to move on an individual basis and make decisions with yourself. You don't need a whole damn board or committee to make decisions, critical decisions. And you still feel as comfortable in a group and as comfortable as with yourself on making these decisions. You don't need a whole fucking posse to make decisions. So really, that's what this build is about, being able to be within yourself and make decisions and be comfortable making those decisions with a level of confidence to where you will strike while the iron is hot and don't second guess the decisions that you make because you already have a history of making decisions by yourself. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll do it again soon. Peace.